uh, well, we'll actually be finding out who gets to make it to the second group stage, because there are still many things undecided. First of all, who's going to be third place in Group A? Who's going to be third place in Group B? Who's going to be third place in Group C? And what's going to be the top three of Group D? Because the top three in Group D have already been decided. It's just we don't know who's going to be first by the end. But first off, we're going to look at Group A. We'll have Furball facing Zaino, which is scheduled to start now. But we don't know if either of them are around. Either way, I'm going to send the IP to everyone in Group A. Because it's a good way to see who's around and who isn't.
Alright, I'm off to race. Maybe I shouldn't choose Hollywood Hogan.
And yeah, I've sent it to all 4 people. I can't send it to Tourism because he's not on the server, and because of that, I can't message him. So yeah. Well, either way, in Group A, we have an exciting matchup with Alex facing Lagrock. Possibly sooner rather than in 30 minutes' time. So that should be something to look forward to. So yeah, Furball nor Zaino are here. I'm going to ping them. If neither of them show up in the lobby by 1:15, then it's going to be a 2-2 draw. And the same goes for Tourism versus Mr. Furball in half an hour's time, roughly. Right, considering the circumstances, perhaps it's not a bad idea to, I don't know, have Fluxit doing his matches because he's available.
Yeah. Right, it's going to be a 2-2 draw because none of them are turning up.
I shall update the standings. And just like that, Zyno might be in contention to actually make it to the second group stage.
Fluxit with a great choice. Either Ando or Victor Star.
I mean, he's got the toughest. He's got the wins needed to even. He's already in the second group stage.
Yep. But still, that's quite a funny choice to make.
I mean, it's rather him face them now than face them on last week.
Yeah.
Who invited Vlad in here?
Maybe they still have the IP from last time. Unless it changed.
Yeah, they probably do have the IP from last time. It's another kick. Right, time to do the coin flip. So the coin flip is heads. Fluxit picks the first track. Fluxit thinking which one to pick. He's picking Helios.
Helios, interesting choice since that's been Victor's pick every time. He got to choose. Although he hasn't been very consistent on this track, so maybe Fluxit does have like.
It's deceptively Oh, never mind. Yeah, you guys didn't see anything. But Helios is deceptively simple. It looks easy, but there are so many places where you can be overconfident and be like, yeah, it's easy corner, it's gonna go on the inside, and then before you know it, you cut the wall because you're too confident in your abilities. So we start off with Fluxit taking the stairs very conservatively, tailing behind Victor Star.
Victor took the left of the pillar, interestingly, because that's pretty risky.
It's risky, but it gives you quite the advantage. It's not that difficult. I think Fluxit clipped the ramp there and flipped over. Didn't lose too much time there. But I'm sure Victor Star will be consistent enough from here on out to maintain that gap.
Yeah, Victor Star's already confirmed through no nerves or anything.
Fluxit clipped the inside of the wall there and suffered because of it. Yeah, it seems that's how you take that section. Because usually I take the stairs, but that in itself is a risk because this car likes to spin out at the stairs. I'd like to say it's RNG whether you spin out the stairs or not, but it's just very tricky to do it consistently. The gap, 50 meters between the two. A lot closer than any of us imagined, like 2 weeks ago when we first saw this matchup on the spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, and not even through Victor playing badly. Fluxy's been hanging on pretty well. And Victor keeps taking those risks, so he can be considered lucky that it didn't backfire on him. Oh, and he does mess up, but it doesn't seem to be enough.
I know, but if he messes up again, then that blows the door wide open for Foxy. Victor stammering his way for the last section, and across the line he goes. 1-0. Biop Hazard. Flox, it's thinking.
Quite
Which-
a tough choice of Fluxit.
Which
Both
one? Which one is less? Which one is less painful?
Oh yeah. I'd say Museum 1 is less painful, but you never know. Biohazard is quite a gamble now, and Victor can mess up there since it's quite easy to. But he does choose Museum. Probably way more comfortable on that track.
Fun fact: Museum 1 is the most picked track in this tournament so far, having been picked 10 times.
Well, that's
Joint
just sort of what happens when you go against Biohazard Factory.
in joint second place, you have Jailhouse Rock, Metro, and Helios with 7 votes. Obviously, the tracks with fewer votes are either not very good or they're map 4, map 5s.
Fluxit with an early lead, but that's still anything can happen here early in the race.
Yeah, but getting an early lead off of someone like Victor Star is, it's pretty impressive, even though it was very brief and it ended.
And the drop immediately melts that lead by quite a bit.
Yeah, he spun out and then hit the sign and then just lost his way. But the very same could happen to Victor Star if he's not careful enough.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of practice to get that one,
Oh,
even semi-consistently. Oh, Victora messing up that one.
So did
Bonus
Fox.
Fluxit. And Victora already with quite the advantage coming into the second lap.
Yeah, Fox had an opportunity there, but he got caught up in the ramp as well. One of the most difficult tracks in the track pool.
Victora hitting the dinosaur, but didn't seem to cost him too much time.
Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Anyway, Foxit making his way past the dinosaur, through the fossil, towards the chicanes. He seems to have caught up to Victor Star and didn't mess up the ramp this time.
Oh yeah. I wonder where he made up that time. Didn't seem to be anything like too bad that Victora did. I guess the dinosaur.
Well, Foxy did make a little bit of a mistake there, but the gap is smaller than it was a lap ago. By
Yep.
like 20-30 meters. So,
But Victora scary consistent at that drop.
it's just a matter of slowing down a little bit. Granted,
And still didn't take it too gracefully.
you can still take it flat out, but you have to have a sixth sense over your car's control to do that. Right, Star making his way through the chicanes towards the ramp. Doesn't mess up this time across the line. That's 2-0. On board with Foxy, he seems to have flipped over while cutting the inside wall. Makes his way through the ramp very nicely, but finished second.
Victora driving a casual 50.5. No
Fuck.
problem for him.
Foxy with a 52.6 ain't half bad either.
Oh yeah, this track can be quite tricky. Metro, no love for Molten this time. Seems like Molten got picked way more this tournament.
Molten Currents has 6 picks, while Metrovolt has 8.
Oh. I guess I didn't pay attention then.
Molten is the top 5. It is the 5th most picked track. Ooh, Rocket seems to have pushed Victor Star into that little pole around the corner.
Yeah.
And then against the early lead. Into the escalators, down he goes. Seems to have gone the long way around though than through the optimal line.
Victor taking these corners better, getting the lead right back.
Either taking it better or it's like pushing him out of the way to give him a little bit of a boost as well.
Well, you still have to take those corners better to even get the chance to push him.
Yeah. Both making their way through that shortcut flawlessly. As we enter the second lap, Foxit is right on his tail. Oh, that was a very silly mistake in Foxit. I'm not sure why he went towards the right. Yeah, when it was heading towards the box, I was hoping that it was just lag, but he did actually hit the box. Just kind of disappointed me because he was right on Victor Star's tail.
Oh yeah, and that cost him a lot of time, but speaking of costing time, Victor hit the bench. And Fluxit makes up a bit.
Yeah,
Although,
I don't think Victor Star's a fan of the bench. He doesn't like warming them up for others. Foxit, could have handled that shot more gracefully, but and he could be right on Victor Star's tail right now. But the race isn't over. He can still pull this back if Star makes a mistake, which, knowing this track, is bound to happen. Victor Star makes his way to the subway through the 90-degree corners, and they somewhat meet. It seems like Foxit did make a couple of mistakes again, and the gap is now 100 meters. This is looking like a solid 3-0 for Victor Star.
about as expected.
I mean, it's expected, but the circumstances, like, it's not a complete blowout. It wasn't like, 300 meter every race.
Oh yeah,
Foxit actually
held his own.
Foxit showed some moments, and I'm sure if he builds upon that, he can put up a much better fight if they next meet. Right. Victor Star will probably end up 5-0 in that group. And just like that, Foxit falls to third, while Ando gets pushed up to second place. And Victor Star moves up to first. And now, it is time to do Alex versus Lagerrock.
Alright, I'm gonna mute myself for that race. So see you guys until after that.
See ya. Right, let's do the coin flip again. Heads. Alex will pick the first track. And he picks Total Mayhem. Both are very much raring to go. Quite an overlooked showdown here. Both are very good and very capable. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully a map 5, but we'll find out. Off we go, Alex with the boost. Gains the other lead into the first corner. Lagrock had the better line there, but couldn't quite capitalize on it. So they're making their way through the bridge. Lagrock on Alex's tail. Both seemingly in the rhythm. Lagrock gaining a little bit there on Alex as they make their way through the bends towards the chicane, towards the final corner. Alex clips the inside there and spins out and loses so much time to Lagrock. Oh, that's such a huge mistake from him. That's going to be nasty. Lager now wants to really dial it back and try and stay consistent, even if it costs him a bit of speed. While Alex will need to put in monster lap times to be able to even think about catching up. And even then, he'll have to not make mistakes. Either way, it's looking as if Alex has thrown away this possible win. In fact, he's looking at his first race loss of in this league, if this stays the way it is. The pressure's on Lagrock though. Yep, less than 30 meters. And as I say that, Alex seems to have messed up. Making his way through chicane Lagrock towards the final corner. Does not clip the inside there. Goes around the final corner. And across the line, 1-0 to Lagrock. What will Alex pick next? Alex picks Overground. Very tricky track, very difficult. So many places to mess up. As we start off, Alex gets the early lead with the boost. Lagrock close behind him, gets the better line there, but Alex pushes out of the way. Lagrock once again gets the better line into that chicane and pulls a little bit out of Alex, making their way downhill. Ooh, Alex seems to have lost control there as he made his way downhill. But this time, not too much of a mistake like it was last race, and is still trailing closely behind Lagrock. Alex then make their way through the vents. Lagrock seems to have made a mistake there and lost a lot of time there to Alex. Falling behind him too. Making the way through the boxes towards the Nash chicane, the funnel jump. And the last corner, we make our way to the second lap. Both very close. This is in fact the closest race I've ever seen on Overground. Because usually it's a 300-meter blowout between like a really good racer and someone who's not. But anyway, making their way downhill towards the U-turn through the underground section. Neither person making a mistake through the vents again. Alex losing a little bit of time, but it doesn't make much difference in the end, because Lagrock is still roughly the same distance behind him. The race is still anyone's. Really pretty much up to Alex and Lagrock to not make a mistake. Even making a mistake will open the door for the other to capitalize on it as they make their way to the final lap. Alex approaching that chicane very slowly, trying his best not to spin out there. Making the way downhill towards the U-turn again. Alex taking it very slowly, conservatively, while Lagrock is slowly catching up. Ooh, clips one of the metal beams there, spins out, and those door wide open for Alex to clinch the win here. It seems both drivers are under a lot of pressure here. And like that, Alex wins the second race. We are tied 1-1. What will Lagrock pick next? Lagrock picking Sakura. Sakura, unsurprisingly, a popular pick here. Vade, can you check if I'm muted on the stream or not? Okay. Actually, I'll have a look. The thing is, I can't have a look because then the whole room just glitches out and lags and all that. Like, do you hear me in the stream at all? Now, what the hell was 6 or 7 talking about? Okay. I was worried for a second there. Right, back to Sakura, and it seems both races once again very close at the end of the first lap. Alex and Lagrock making their way to the second lap towards the U-turn, towards the ramps uphill. Lagrock seems to have clipped the wall there, perhaps, and lost a lot of time there to Alex. This will allow Alex to take the corners less ambitiously and and take less risk. Be more conservative and bring it home. But it's still not over yet. This is still the second lap. Mistakes can happen anytime. Lagrock making his way for the gazebos. Doesn't mess up this time around. The gap 40 meters. Lagrock seeing Alex down the distance means he is not ready to give up just yet. Making way for a few turns. It seems Alex. Ooh, what happened there? Seems to have spun out yet again. Flashbacks to Total Mayhem. The door is wide open again for either of them. 5 meters on the last lap. This is what we like to see. Lagrock still keeping himself in contention despite not using the shortcut. Trailing right behind Alex. Alex just needs to, I don't know, just try to ignore he exists behind him. No doubt he must be under a lot of pressure. Lagrock knows this, and he will do everything he can to force him into a mistake. He knows he could clip the inside of the wall this last corner. Anything can happen. But Alex clinches it just about and brings it 2-1. This is a pretty good race. Surprisingly enough, Amco GT not having been picked once this journey. will Lagrock be able to turn this around and bring things to game 5? Or will Alex be able to seal the deal here? We'll find out. As they begin the race, Alex boosts ahead. Business as usual. Not much happening here, but who knows? This is another deceptively easy track. The line in itself isn't difficult, it's just all the lines and obstacles that can get in your way. Especially the angles. Like the first jump there, you have to angle yourself to make your way past all the bumps and whatnot. But if you can get it right, it's very beneficial. Yeah, just like the way both of them took it. That's the optimal way of taking the first jump there. It seems that both drivers are at a stalemate as nothing is happening, but both very much amping up the pressure for one another. Lagrock needs to do something this last lap or else he's out. Make their way to the final lap. Ooh, Lagrock loses a bit of control there and a bit of time to Alex. It's up to Alex to capitalize on this, or will he crumble under pressure? Make a tiny mistake, snowballs into something massive. Towards the last few corners, towards the back alley, through the final U-turn, Alex crosses the line and wins the series 3-1. Well done to both, though. Lagrock did not give him any breathing room throughout the entire thing.
Oh my god.
Yep, I was correct then.
Jesus Christ, and I just started the lobby by accident. But that gives me the opportunity to switch to Hollywood Hogan, at least.
Yeah, I don't think you have any more races because you're not going to face Zaino because Zaino's in here.
Yeah, but boy, that Sakura race. Oh my god.
That was like all the race. Like, I'm most surprised about Overground because Overground it's usually like.
Oh yeah,
usually,
but
like,
man,
one
that
person.
Toyota Mayhem mistake was real bad.
Oh, that was like. I can just imagine the thoughts going through your head.
Yeah, I was too busy looking at the radar like a goddamn goof. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But just maybe.
Perhaps. Anyway, considering neither Tourism nor Mr. Football are here, perhaps, just perhaps, not a bad idea to try and do Foxit's other match. Right, so Alex with 3 wins and 0 losses. Score 9-1, the differential being 8. And Lagrock with 3 wins, 1 loss, with 4 matches played. 10-3. Differential of 7. Drops down to 2nd place. Ah, yes, coin flip time.
Ando, ready before he picks.
I'm not sure what's going on, but he's got to pick a track first.
It's Jailhouse. Ando, beastly on that track.
As I have seen with my data firsthand. Right, I'm still updating the sheets at the moment.
Ooh, Ando almost getting squeezed out by Floxer, but regaining the lead. Very close as we're through the first 3 corners of the race.
Make the way through the canals. Fox seems to made a mistake there. Losing about 20 meters to Ando.
Ando taking that corner not too gracefully.
Still more gracefully than Fox, seemingly.
Oh.
Ooh, clips the inside of that U-turn there. Fox no hesitance in capitalizing on that. If Ando was aiming for a monstrous 3-lap time, it seems those hopes have been dashed.
Oh yeah. Ando getting through on the inside.
Yeah, Fox it should have been on the inside as well. It was just lingering around the middle. Ooh, Ando clipped the wall there a little bit, but got away with it. Just about. It was a lot closer than we imagined it to be, considering it's Ando and it's Jailhouse.
Oh yeah.
We all know Hungarians are good at Hungarian tracks. Ooh, Fox clips the inside of the wall there. It was a bit of time to Ando, but
So close.
Ando having flashbacks around the U-turn and taking it the long way around this time. The gap 20 meters at the end of the second lap, which is pretty close, considering. Fox seems. Oh, that strikes over.
Yeah, that too much.
I mean, if we ignore that mistake, it seems like Floxit's really stepped up his game.
Oh yeah. But mistakes happen.
He's
And
made
especially
he's
really
made-
bad ones just as that one.
yeah, he's made his control more aerodynamic and gave it some go fast stripes. Yeah. No? Okay.
We're entering the last few corners, not many opportunities for Ando to mess up here. And this is it.
Yeah. First race going to Ando. Oh, biohazard, huh?
Yep, may have read the angry rant that Ando has posted about this track. But yeah, very large opportunities for everyone to mess up here.
You know what I've been wondering?
What?
This is apparently a track from Crash Team Racing,
Yeah, I've heard that too.
but I've literally never seen a trace of this in any of the Crash Team games. So I'm not sure why this is considered a Crash Team Racing track. The same goes for Palm Marsh, because once again, I don't see a trace of that anywhere.
I don't know.
And like,
I never even heard of Crash Racing before, Revo.
and like people say, oh, you know, it's a deleted track, it's a secret. but I looked up the secret and all that sort of stuff from Crash Team Racing as well. And once again, these two tracks are non-existent. So which begs the question, where are these tracks from if they aren't original?
I don't know, maybe there's like a Crash Team Racing sequel?
I've checked that as well. But yeah, one day we'll get the answer.
But yeah, as the race goes on, and just gaining on Fluxit.
Not too much,
Make-
considering.
Oh yeah. It is Biohazard Factory, so Fluxit is hanging on, especially with Anders 57 first best first lap.
That was a big mistake Fox went there, but he seems to have looked into like sort of salvaging it because he seemed to have flipped over and then sort of gracefully landed again, having done a 360 side flip of some sort.
And Ander messing up at the last hairpin. The hairpin that almost cost him against Zipper in the last 1v1 tournament.
Both messing up after that jump out of the pipe. So the gap unchanged on the last lap.
Ooh, bad mistake from Ander.
Yeah, but will Foxit do the same? Yes. Sort of.
Not as bad, but still.
Oh, Foxit tried going for the shortcut and clipped into those weird things that protrude out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Zipia is the only person who can get that shortcut even semi-consistently.
I mean, it's just a matter of practice. It's not that difficult.
I've had lots of practice and no results for that one.
I can sort of do it. And Under winning the second race. Oh, that looks so good. Have you seen what Marv's just posted in development?
No. Let me check.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That does look crazy good.
Foxit picks Metroville, which is it's fine. It's not really a surprise at this point. More people pick Metroville than Ultra Caverns in this group.
Not really a surprise since Molten Caverns is quite challenging. And Fluxit managing to squeeze past Under.
Not sure what happened there, but both seemingly messed up Fox a little bit more than Under.
Yeah, may have messed up each other.
Benefiting Under more than Fox. Make their way through the storage area. We yet to see, will that mystery bug happen to Under in this race? I literally have no idea what that bug even is. 'Cause I've
It's
never...
like, after the drop, your car just spins out for no reason. It happened to Victora too, which
Yeah,
is my first one against him.
That's not really like That's more of a whole problem, no? Because it happens to me 99% of the time I drive Triceratops around this track. Oh, Foxy clipped the bench a bit too much and flipped over.
Yep. That's a pretty bad
But
mistake.
Andor crashing into the boxes in the storage area. So the gap remains the same. Fox needs to somehow try and force Andor into a mistake. And the race could very well happen again. And they're making his way downhill towards the right-hand corner, down the escalators, through the subway. Goes the long way around. The two intersect. Luckily,
Almost at each other, but not
Yeah.
quite.
Top 10 moments taken seconds before disaster. And making his way down the straight, heading towards the finish line to close it out 3-0. Despite being a 3-0, very impressive showing by Foxen in this group.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure he'll put up a much better fight against like more balanced opponents in the second group stage.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him that he has to face both Andor and Victor are both incredibly good.
I mean, it was an inevitability.
Oh yeah.
So Floxy is confirmed to be third place in Group D.
Very good.
So I will already type his name into the second group stage. Right. Tourism versus Mr. Furball will be a 2-2 draw because none of them bothered turning up. And now we are scheduled to have Alex facing Zyno, which is going to be a 3-0 win for Alex. And once that's done, Group A will be solidified. The standings will be finalized. In fact, Zyno is confirmed to be Zyno's confirmed to be in the second group stage already.
Huh, that's pretty surprising. I mean, with tourism gone and Turbo also being gone, I guess not so much.
Zyno lucked out because if Furball showed up today, Furball would have made it to the second group stage.
Yep. I was expecting Fervor to make it.
Because if Furball simply showed up today, Furball would have gotten 2 wins and put themselves above Zyno. But since he didn't show up, he's out of the he's dropped out. He's out of. He's not gonna make it to second stage. And just like that, Group A is finalized. So I shall change the names in the second group stage before we move on to the next match. Zyno should count. Oh, what's the terms I'm looking for? Should thank the lucky stars he's made it through, because it's a miracle he made it through. To be honest. Right. Next up, we'll have Irv facing Zipper CB. And like that, I shall send Zipper the IP.
The Zipper is here, now we just need Earth. And there he is. We got a match.
Irv picks the first track. Let's move on to Group B now. Group A is finalized. Total mayhem. surprisingly enough, Garden was barely picked. I was expected it to be picked a lot more often.
Yeah, me too, to be honest. But I do think Mayhem is the better track. Zipper is not ready.
Yeah, we'll just wait.
And he's ready.
And they're off. Zipper with the boost, inching ahead of Irv in the first few seconds of the race, seemingly pulling away a little bit with better lines and whatnot. So Irv's keeping him honest. They're making their way through the piano, through the chicane. Not much happening just yet. But either one making a mistake here will blow the door wide open for the other. Through the second lap they go. As they make their way past the first three corners towards the piano.
Zipper keeps pulling ahead through better lines. But
But not by much though.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
Irv loses control here and there a little bit. Ooh, big mistake there by Zipper. Irv is not letting up on him. He is very much not giving him any room to breathe.
another one of those, and Irv's got him. Irv just needs to keep his eyes on the road.
And off the wall.
Oh,
what
and
the
there
hell?
is that another one. Now the pressure's on Irv.
Yeah, the pressure is very much on Irv. Will he be able to maintain his lead against one of the most aggressive drivers, who's right behind him? He might be able to do this.
Oh yeah, he might.
Just to like not let him slide in on this last corner, which very well could still happen. But he manages to.
And he's done it.
He's done it. He's won the first race. Zipper's not going to be happy with that result.
Oh yeah, that's just quite the upset.
Even if it's just one win, it's an upset.
Yeah, Zipper's the clear favorite in this group. Against pretty much everyone.
I hope Irv's practiced on this track because he's going to have one hell of a time against one of the best people on this track. But time trials and races are not the same. Mistakes happen in different ways in races. And it's up to Irv to see if he can make those mistakes happen like he did last race. Plus, it's overground. Close races don't really happen here because they're often decided by people making mistakes rather than close racing and psychological battles.
And speaking of making mistakes, Irv makes a pretty bad one. Hits the pillar.
Yeah, it's one of the beams sticking out of the walls.
Right, a beam.
But Zipper messes up
Ooh.
as well. He seems to have clipped the wall while trying to and Irv gets so excited at the prospect of that he weaves around like some drunk driver, letting Zipper through to make the way for the second lap. The race very much not over. Ooh, Irv seemingly clipped one of the boulders there at the first jump and just spiraled out of control there. Wow.
This is still fairly close for an overground race.
Yeah. I'm always happy to see close races on this track. It almost never happens. Irv,
Did clip another boulder and did some sick front flips. Like
yeah.
2 or 3 of them.
The question is, will Zipper mess up at this section again? Or will he take it extremely slowly? Nah, he gets it right this time. And so does Irv, I think. I'm not sure, but the race seems to have calmed down a bit, and Zipper is looking to rise up on top as he makes his way downhill around the U-turn through the boxes. Seems to have gone through all these sections without too many issues. Meanwhile, Irv must have messed up somewhere along the line, as the gap is now 20 meters more than it used to be. But I was about to say, but it got smaller again. But then I look at Irv reversing through the fence. Something must have gone wrong there. But yeah, it's looking like a 1-1 series for now.
Yep.
Question is, will Irv go for Sakura or will he go for Titanic 1? He goes for Sakura to the surprise of. I don't know. I expect them to whip out the Titanic 1.
I think that Zipper is way better than Titanic on him and tries to go for the gamble on Sakura.
I think we might be able to see a map 5 here.
Maybe.
Because I reckon if Irv loses this one, he's going to bust out the big guns on the next track.
Ooh.
Because next track, what do you have? You have Ghost Town 2 and Amco TT. If he loses this one, there's a possibility of him switching to Hammer and going, alright, go Amco TT here. Go.
Yeah, Amco TT, one of the few tracks where Hummer is faster than Toyota.
I mean, as data has shown me, not faster, but on par, which is what matters. And in fact, I find it easier to do good lap times with Hammer than I do with Tick on that track only, which is something you don't really hear often. Which is why I did so well the one time I switched to Hammer in a 1v1 and picked Amco TT and just absolutely destroyed.
Yep.
Before throwing on Molten Caverns.
Well, it wasn't really a throw. I was consistently gaining on you
Nah,
the entire race.
I did a lot of mistakes there. Could have easily won that if I had just.
Well, mistakes are part of the game.
Well, first of all, I did the big mistake of investing more time in Overwatch, and look at where it's taken me. I uninstalled that stupid game a while back because it's dead. Well, not dead, but company isn't taking it in the direction that I like.
Oh, Earth spinning out.
Yeah, this is looking like a 2-1 for Zipper. But Zipper not. Oh, okay.
That was bad mess up. Flips over.
I was about to say Zipper ain't too far behind because it was like 50 meters before Irv made that mistake. The two intersect at the house. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened to Irv here, but it seems to have given up, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe you just made another mistake.
Either way, this series has been a valiant effort by Irv.
Oh,
See,
so bad the repo, but that's too little, too late.
we're seeing a new, reformed, and reborn Irv. But it's not quite enough to keep Zipper honest on this track. The question is, will they do it in the next one and bring it to Game 5?
Oh, and there it
yes.
is!
I told you. He's whipping out the good old saffron tactic. Right, let's go. The first Amco TT race of the tournament. Come back. This is make or break for Irv.
Yeah, he has to do this.
If he can bring this to Game 5, that's already like an achievement in itself.
Oh, yeah.
He will have already like exceeded what he set out to do. Like, even that one win on Total Mayhem is already pretty impressive. Irv, seemingly enough, not quite replicating the success of this tactic when it was first used. But Zipper seemingly lost a bit of time there.
Yeah, it's not impossible to mess up on this track. So we could still see a repeat of Tower Mayhem.
Yeah, all it takes is for Zip to follow the track once, and the same goes for Irv as well. Irv falls out even once, that's the race over. And let's just hope that doesn't get to him too much. The gap, roughly 3 seconds between the two. 3 seconds that could very much widen or become shorter as the race goes on. Irv seems to be struggling a little bit with Hammer. While Zipper very much somewhat in his element here, despite the terrain not favouring Cheka compared to Hammer. Makes his way past the tricky initial section towards the U-turn. Making his way past the ramp. Doesn't spin out or anything. The long-winded bend catches a lot of people. Does that pretty fine. Second U-turn, does it well. Seemingly unchallenged and not at all under pressure here. One thing to take away, Zipper is going to win this 3-1, but potential is there to whip this out as a trump card, a final trump card. But he'll need to put in more effort into Hammer if he wants to actually succeed at this. But yeah, that was a lot closer than we all thought. Which in itself is pretty interesting. A lot more people are. The line between people, the skill between people is getting a lot smaller, which is nice to see. And as time goes on, it's only going to get even smaller, which is what we like to see, because it makes for better races. And with that, Zipper picks up his second win in this group stage. And jumps up to first place, dethroning Irv's lead. And now we are scheduled to have Ballas facing Shara.
Well, the question is Ballas even here?
I mean, I recall him saying, "Yeah, you know, I can't race" or something.
Yeah, I do that too. But he did like post sometime after that. But yeah, he does seem to be missing, I think.
So if Ballas is missing, Jabron is not here. Then that means there are no more scheduled Group B matches that are actually happening. Group C, in Group C, only 2 matches are probably not going to happen. Which is nice. So now we wait for 3 minutes. If Ballas does not show up in 3 minutes, Shara gets the free win. If Ballas doesn't show up, he is out of the tournament, and Shara takes his place and moves on to the second group stage. It is quarter past. Ballas is scheduled to show up, but he is not here. So, just like that, Ballas has thrown away his chances. Because this would really be the battle for third. Would have been really nice because this is a pretty legendary matchup with these two. And it's a shame that Ballas isn't showing up for this.
Yep.
And this will be a genuine battle for third. You know, which one will make it through the second group stage and which one of them will not. But it seems like once again, Ballas loses out here. You there? Please give me some races in 15.
Well, he's not online.
So Ballas versus Shara. Ballas isn't even online. So shame for Ballas, but Shara makes it through. Oh, I completely forgot to ping everyone and whatnot about the stream. I wonder if anyone from the other two groups want to do any races.
Maybe. Because we do have some time to fill.
Right, Desert is here.
Yep. Someone else is joining. Ooh, Desert face. Desert would face Victor Star.
We can do Adams versus
Oh, right.
as well.
I completely overlooked that one.
Why? This is a completely unknown matchup. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really make all that much sense since both are out of contention. But you know, who
And
knows?
one of them is picking Splat, so I think the result is already pretty much decided, unless Anonyms really messes up.
Or disconnects.
Oh yeah, that too. That's the thing that happened.
More often than we'd like to admit. But if Des is more comfortable with Splat and is able to be faster than with Tayeka, then you know we'll respect that.
To be fair, when Under asked Desert to choose Toyeka instead of Splat, Desert did do better. Because it's really hard to do worse with Toyeka than with Splat.
I mean, Des probably just wants this over with as quickly as possible. But the race is not over despite the massive gap, because all it takes is for Anonymza to disconnect.
Yeah.
His connection, commentator's curse, we're not going to say anything about his connection.
Yeah.
Nope, not a word. Right. This exciting matchup between Anonymza and Deza is proving to be more and more exciting by the second. We have Anonymza using his keyboard, pressing various buttons to make the controllable object on the screen with 4 moving parts to propel him forwards or backwards. The front ones being able to be turned towards either the left or right to help him traverse around various landscapes presented to him in this exciting tournament. I don't know, I'm just going on a tangent. This really isn't interesting to cast, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Like, it'd be one thing if Desert wouldn't mess up all the time with Splat.
This is a much bigger gap than when Adams is actually pretty good. Like he's been like, you know, taking it chill, you know, barely doing too many mistakes. His lap time not the best, but it's not too bad either.
Yeah.
I'm sure if his connection issues weren't too bad and whatnot, and if he wasn't in such a stacked group, he probably would have fared better. Like if he was in Group A instead of Zeno, he'd probably be doing a lot better right now.
Oh yeah.
But things are things, and life is life. We live in a society.
We live in a society.
Shout out to FCG for saying that all the time.
Yep. A society where gamers are the most oppressed group of all. That's how the meme goes.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, he's cars.
Oh, he's changing cars. I wasn't sure. Ooh, now this is interesting. Going for Biohazard.
Very interesting.
I mean, Adams isn't saying no, so I'll just move on. Okay. Now this is looking more like a matchup. Ando unsurprisingly pulls away from Deza. Ooh, but Ando and Deza mess up quite a bit.
And both fall.
Deza reposition. Oh my god. This is like watching bronze people play Overwatch. Adams is making his way towards the escalators. Crashes into the inside pillar and is seemingly struggling with the conveyor and gives away the lead to Deza. Deza pulling ahead this time. Clips one of the polygons there and spins out, giving the lead back to Alan Imso. Both seemingly equal in terms of skill, in terms of how often they make a mistake.
At
Which
least
is-
this
Adams
bigger
falls
than
off.
them there.
It does a clip to the outside, I think. Adams spins out again, and it door's wide open for Deza.
Very messy race.
And this is just the second lap. It's messy, but it's fun to watch. It's fun to cast as well.
Oh yeah. This is way more entertaining than
Splat.
yeah.
Because like we have no idea who's gonna mess up, who's gonna spin out next, what's gonna happen. Both seemingly neck and neck because of the amount of mistakes they make. Adams are getting the better line through that barrel. Both make the way for the conveyors. Deza getting away better. Adams catches up though, both spinning out before Deza having to reposition. Trailing behind Adams now. Ooh, flips over. Imagine if they were on Museum 1.
I think Adams would make less mistakes and therefore be doing better.
You
Yeah,
say
not
that,
like
you say that, but he just casually drove off. Oh, doesn't seem to reposition on the uphill part of that ramp and falls off. And just like that, the gap is now over 130 meters. But knowing the caliber of these two people, that gap can disappear in just a moment's notice. And an Imzo through the barrel, crashes into the barrel, recovers, makes his way through the conveyors, taking a lot slower and more conservatively and safer. down the jump, makes his way through it without too many problems. Dez, on the other hand, has dropped 30 meters more, who also makes his way through the jump incident-free. But at this point, I don't think it's enough to catch up to Anonymous at this point, who is going to take the second win of the series. Drives off again.
For the third time.
And gets the win. Very messy race in both of them, but, you know. Okay, he's going to be away for a little bit.
Hopefully not too long.
Will this go to a map 5? That is the question.
Will Deza pull a reverse sweep? Alright, Deza is back. Oh boy, Molten. Deza always pick a Molten. I guess not too comfortable on Metro Vault.
I wish they'd just say they're ready. Of whatever the hell they're doing now. Right, Molten Caverns. First time we see this today. Items are off the line, faster than Deza. This is where we'll see whether Items can clinch a 3-0 or whether Deza can start fighting back and work towards a possible reverse sweep.
And I'm taking this corner very safe. I would do that too, if I were him.
And this is all the easy part. We're coming up to the more difficult parts with all the crystals and whatnot. That's where we'll see them all crash into each other and whatnot. I think he's a bit uncomfortable. He's managed to get through, sort of. Made his way through that corner as well. Pretty much scot-free. Pulling away from Deza though. Deza crashing into a crystal. crashing is not what you want to do with a car with slow acceleration. Pulls towards the left, seemingly hasn't practiced the track enough. Falls into the water. Seemingly in a mood for a bit of a swim. Falls off. I've never seen anyone fall off there. Okay. And just like that, the gap is almost 100 meters on the second lap. I don't know what was up with Anonymous' connection last week, but
Yeah, seems to be fine now.
I wonder what he was downloading in the background last week. Maybe it was the host problem. I don't know. Both of these races have one more match scheduled. Anonymous faces Frisk, which should be an interesting matchup. Perhaps. Even though both are out of contention. And then Deza faces Victor Star. Victor Star looking to seal the deal and maintain his first place in the group. In Group D. Adams in the third lap. Not pulling away nearly as much as he did in the first lap. And as I say that, Deza starts driving very sluggishly. You know, I have my hopes of doing that biohazard match, but we're just back to square one, aren't we?
Yeah.
This goes to show how big of a gap there can be between people with various skills. And Emzer wins 3-0 over Deza.
Top enough at the 760 meter lead. Yep.
Emzer also picking up their first win of the tournament, though too late as they are still out of contention. I like that. Emzer manages to break the tie between himself and Deza and takes 5th place, or rather moves up to 5th place and pushing Deza down to right. Right. Next up, Animzo faces Frisk. Right now I'm just updating the sheet. Irv takes the free win against Jabin.
We are off. And Nims are hitting the arch. Giving Frisk the early lead.
What does the old man say after banging his leg into an arch? Arch!
I get it.
I'm sorry, that was terrible.
Frisk keeps pulling ahead. But does seem to have messed up, I think. It was
Yeah.
80 earlier. Now it's enough about
Oh.
when Frisk did what Anonymza did. Anonymza making it through this time.
This is a very messy race, but more competitive than the last matchup.
Yep.
Adams is racing very safely. Because around that bend in Helios after the staircase, he seemed to slow down a bit. Which is fair enough, you know. He may still make mistakes, but he's racing safely.
Not going for those wallbang, which is sort of essential on this track.
I mean, is it essential if the person in front messes up a lot?
Well, they're probably not messing up at the chicane there, where you need to
First
wallbang.
at the stairs, and Adam said he's not. If Frisk messes up one more time, this is anyone's race.
But Anonymza messes up,
Oof.
so it's not unless Frisk messes up real bad, and I don't think there's any places left for Frisk to mess up here significantly.
And like that, Frisk is going to take the first one of the series. 1-0 so far. Museum 1. Museum 1, continuing to be the most picked track of the tournament. And off we go. Neither of them using the boost, but neither of them making a mistake at the first corner either. Adams loses a bit of speed there, wasn't quite paying attention to what happened. And to take the long way around after clipping the wall on the inside. Could have ended up a lot worse. Frisk spins out downhill. Adams doesn't, and makes it through, instant free.
Makes it through very cleanly.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm pretty sure if Adamso had this connection last week and had this practice last week, the standings would be very different right now.
Oh yeah. Well, who did Anonymza face?
They faced Andor, Floxit, and Victor Star. Most importantly, the Floxit matchup probably could have been very different, is all I'm saying.
I don't know. He takes every corner so safely.
That's true. But also disconnect a lot of times where things could have been different. I don't know. But anyway, Frisk not missing up down that jump while Imza did. So Frisk retakes the lead. Is it just me or is Frisk like that a little bit?
Uh, a bit. It isn't lagging for me right now. This is very close as we enter the last lap.
Oh
Frisk
yeah.
having some problems with the wall.
He's also slightly outlagging a little bit while Imza takes three corners very safely. Damage not wanting to make a mistake. Doesn't quite know the limits of his car just yet. And just like that, rather be safe than sorry as he pulls out a Frisk. Frisk made a
Frisk did
mistake.
slow down, but it didn't end up mattering as he still
Yeah.
slipped up.
Frisk needs to do something. Adams needs to just... If he plays it too safe, Frisk is just going to play it just like that. Oh, and he clips the inside wall there. Adams are playing it very safe, and then he manages to pay off. We are tied 1-1. Very close race on Museum 1.
Yep.
And off we go. Adams are taking the long way around. Doesn't seem to be aware of the faster route through the corner. Oh, okay.
Weird mistake by Adam Nimza there. Doesn't seem to have known where the corner quite begins.
Yeah.
Another bad mistake by Adam Nimza. Needs to repo. And Frisk does pull ahead.
I need to double check the Group B standings shortly, because something's not adding up.
Adam Nimza hitting the cardboard box. Very bad mistake. And Frisk just keeps on pulling ahead.
And it seems Frisk has more experience on this track than Adamser, which is no surprise. Adamser knows Museum 1 because it's a stock track. Not sure what Frisk was Frisk's. Bleh, I'm not sure what Frisk was going for there. Seems to be very confused as to which line to take. But does it really matter at this point? Because the gap is over 100 meters on the last lap. Frisk teleporting past the storage area, makes his way through the mopped floor, through the escalators down the final straight, and is going to win the series to 2-1. He just has to win one more match to conclude the series. Also, this is Anonymous' first experience at a map 4. considering the choices are both stock tracks, this could potentially be a map 5.
We are on to Market 1. Quite a track.
Ghost Town 1 has not been picked once in this tournament. It is in fact the only track yet to be picked. There's one more track that hasn't been picked. I wonder which one it is. Oh, Titanic 1 is a track that hasn't been picked once. Oh, it has been picked once. I must have missed that.
Meanwhile, Anonymza is pulling ahead on Frisk. This could be going to a map 5.
Yep. But the gap is non-existent. So Frisk just needs to have better lines, go through corners faster, capitalize on Anonymza's very safe approach to corners. And he might just be able to close the gap and pull ahead when it matters. Heading into the final lap, I'm sure the pressure must be going to, yeah, as I say that, Anonymza clips that little railing towards the left of that ramp and loses the lead. Question is, will Frisk be able to hold on to this, or will he make a mistake himself? Doesn't seem to want to lose the lead, as he very, very relaxed lines through this track. Yeah, that's going to be a 3-1 victory for Frisk. Almost brought it to game 5, though. Props to Anonymza. Right. Next up, Zipper takes the free win over Ballas. And like that, the Group B standings have been finalized. Yeah. So right now we would have Annan facing Suchio. Who left? It seems Alex is going to have to leave for now. That's unfortunate. Right, so Adnan versus Sitcho is scheduled to happen now, but Adnan is not here. After that, we'd have Oisiek facing Vladmin. I'm not sure if Oisiek is here at all. Then we'd have Adnan versus Microsec, instead of them being here. Then Sitcho facing Vladmin, and then 607 facing Oisiek. I need to make sure if Oisiek is here at all. But in the meantime, what we can do is do the matches that are actually possible. Of which there are only 2. But if Oisiek turns up, then we have 4 possible matches. Well, either way, Group A has been sealed. Group B has been sealed. In Group B, you have Sipra in first place, Irvin second, and Shara in third. Unfortunately, Ballas and Jayban are not going to make it to the next stage. Which is unfortunate, but that's how things go here. Obviously, from Group A, we have Alex, Lagrock, and Zeno making it to the next group stage, which is going to happen tomorrow at the exact same time. Right. This is a potentially exciting matchup as both players are very good at what they do. Both can be very competent. All right, we're going to kick it off with Helios. It's probably the most exciting matchup in this group. Everything else is either a free or lockout, or just people not turning up and the other person getting a free win. Anyway, both getting off the line, incident free, very much neck and neck with each other. Both make their way through the stairs, also incident free. Seemingly not at all minding tailing Vlad as we so my PC overheated. Right. Well, that's embarrassing. Right, you have the stream ready. Right, that's something I never want to happen again. So I'll have the fan on right from the beginning tomorrow. Because that just cannot happen. Right. The race, pretty much a repeat of last time. Both pretty much neck and neck as they make their way past the gate. I'm sure you could hear the one police siren in the background. This time around, see pulling ahead a little bit from Vlad. Question is, can C maintain this lead, pull ahead, pull away, or will they make a mistake and give Vlad an opportunity to fight back? That is something we are about to find out as we are roughly halfway through the second lap, making the way through the gates. Both of them make it through, instant through, gap 30 meters, which is about a second and a half. So Vlad, somewhere along the line, has lost a second to Sitchia. And every second, every 10th counts in these sorts of races. The last thing you want is to lose that gap. As one mistake can easily turn into another. And when you make a mistake, your mind snowballs. And making another one, making more mistakes in short successions is almost an inevitability, unless you have nerves of steel. Nerves of steel and good skill is what wins you races. Which is what Sitchio seems to have. Seems to have, rather. As he wins the first race of this series. Vlad immediately picking Biohazard Factory. Right, Biohazard Factory. Considering Vlad picked this, he must be very much more comfortable on this track than Sitchio. As I say that though, he spins out as he lands onto the pipe in an awkward manner. Both neck and neck after that first section, making their way through the box and barrels towards the what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure, I forgot what word it was, but both seem to have messed up the shortcut somewhere along the line. But Vlad is able to get through and capitalize on it, while Sitchio does not, has to abandon the attempt, and as a result loses 50 or so meters from Vlad. But Vlad seems to have messed up, and the door is wide open for Sitchio to capitalize on that and potentially take the lead. Or he could just trail behind Vlad and force him into a mistake. But Sitchio had a better line and seems to have inched ahead at the beginning of the second lap. Making his way uphill with the boxes again, Vlad trailing closely behind. As they make their way towards the conveyors to last lap, two very different approaches this lap, both going through the same manner, but opting for the shortcut again. Sitchio tried to, but clipped the bottom of the ramp, and as such, has lost out massively. It seems like this is going to be Vlad's looking to tie this up. All I has to do now is play it safe and not mess up. But Sitcho is far from giving up, as he's already closed the gap something chronic. It was like 100 meters, like half an hour ago, and now it's nearly half of that. Ooh, Vlad lost control there. The race is far from over. Sitcho messed up there, but it's not too detrimental. As he makes his way uphill, Vlad past the uphill part, making his way through the boxes. This conveyor part is going to be really crucial. Vlad does not want to mess this up. Now the Sitcho wants to keep his hopes alive. Vlad flips over. So does Sitcho. Sitcho actually messed up a little bit more. Vlad messed up the shortcut, while Sitcho didn't. Will Sitcho go for it though? He does, and he messes it up. And just like that, it's looking to most certainly be Vlad's first win this series. Could have gone either way though. Sitcho very much voicing his unhappiness towards the set of circumstances that led towards his loss here. Sitcho picking Metrovolt, not at all liking the idea of Milton Caverns. Both start off, make their way around the first corner, incident free. Make their way through the escalators. Sitcho inching ahead, where they, with more speed and a better line, clips that little lamppost or something. Clips the obstacle there and loses time to Vlad. He's just gone past the storage area. Up the hill, the ramp, through the shortcut, down the escalators. Vlad's gonna end the first lap with a 50-meter lead of Sitcho. Quite significant considering the caliber of these two drivers. Vlad took that first corner very slowly. Not sure what happened there. But Sitcho looking to close the gap a little bit. And is simply able to, as Vlad made a massive mistake there down that turn towards the escalator. But so did Sitcho, clipping parts of the subway he shouldn't have. Makes his way around the 90-degree corners though, instant free unlike last stop. Meanwhile, Vlad makes his way past the storage areas towards the waxed floor, up the ramp, towards the shortcut, instant free, and the gap between the two remains the same as it was a lap ago. Question is, will either of them do anything that will affect the outcome of this race? Vlad just needs to dial it back a bit and not mess up too much. But he seems to have messed up there a bit. And Sitcho is not letting up. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. And is half the gap that was between them. Making their way through the storage area. Pressure must be getting to Vlad. Makes their way through the waxed floor. It's the right line towards the shortcut. And just like that, it's looking to be Vlad's win here. That's a 2-1. Sitcho needs to bring this back if he wants a map 5. The first time we'll see Ghost Town 1 in this tournament. And off they go. Sitcho with the other lead into the U-turn. Makes his way, both making their way for the U-turns. Instant free. Vlad trying to slot themselves ahead, but isn't quite able to do so. Sitcho clips that little pillar after that corner and spins out, losing a bit of an advantage to Vlad. But meanwhile, makes it past the start-finish. Was the second lap. It was the U-turn. Sitcho right behind them. Seemingly looking to get a bit of vindication for all the mistakes they did in the last two races. Looking to close this one out and get a map 5, perhaps, which is entirely possible. All Sitcho needs to do is be right behind them and force Vlad into a mistake. I'm not sure what's happened to Vlad because I can't see them. Fade. Fade. Yeah, I'm giving it to Sitcho. I thought it was like a host-related issue. Okay. If Sitcho wants to do it again, we will do it again. Not going to map 5 just yet. Sitcho was in a position to take that to map 5, but he wants to do it the honourable way. Similarly enough. Easily doable. But as we do this again, Vlad seems to have spun out at the U-turn. Similarly clipping on the pillars. Sitcho making his way, instant free this time, through that corner in the first lap. Has a 20-meter lead, which on this track is very significant because of how short it is, being less than 400 meters. Sitcho making his way through the U-turn again on the second lap. Meanwhile, Vlad is stumbling about, not quite getting the speed and the lines he needs to catch up to Sitcho. With the gap widening just that tiny bit, 30 meters now into the last lap. Sitcho making his way through the U-turn once again. I want to mess this up. A bit iffy there, but made it through. Next up is this corner. Drives around it because they're tumbleweed. And it's just the last corners here. Makes way. That's the last corner. Straight ahead. Going to game 5. Either way. And we are going to see Caddy sprint for the first time in this tournament. We're gonna see a map 5. In this group, and away we go towards the last map of this matchup. Who will win and who will lose out just barely? It seems Vlad's connection is struggling a little bit, but Sitcho's ahead by 10 meters as we make our way through that first part of Kaddish. Towards this tricky upward hill, Sitcho seems to have glitched out on one of the ramps, but Vlad also messed up. So once again, the standings in this race remain unchanged. Making his way now through the long-winded corners here next to that cube, which I'm not sure what it is. The track seems to have been based off of themes from another game, which I quite like. I quite like the aesthetic of this track. It's something different, something not quite seen in the game before. Very much welcome. To me anyway, and to love them. Sitio seems to have gone stuck in the water, either that or some sort of lag. Either way, the gap being 30 to 40 meters in the second lap, Vlad definitely not interested in giving Sitio an easy time here. Ooh. I got stuck there downhill railing and has lost a ton of time there. Yeah. Unless Vlad can rein it back a bit and get their acts together, they're not going to put up much of a fight anymore. And just like that, it's looking to be a fairly easy win for Sitio, even though he just made a mistake that cost him 30 meters. He has room for error. He has room for like 2 to 3 more mistakes like that before his lead starts getting threatened. Through the final corner onto the last lap of the last lap of the last map and the last matchup of this group. As with all the others, one of them, at least one of them, don't show up. So those are going to be 3 wins. But anyhow, the gap, almost 200 meters. It's looking like an easy win for Sitio here. From the brink of almost losing to being able to turn it around. Close up the series 3-2. It's honestly not bad. Not at all a bad thing. Sitio making his way for final corners. Absolutely no pressure. No matter how many mistakes he makes here, it's not going to make a difference. Across the line, and that is a 3-2 victory for Sitio over Vladimir. Well done to both. Adnan versus Sitio is not going to happen. So Sitio is here, Adnan is not. So Sitio is going to receive the free win for that. Oisek versus Vladman is also not going to happen as Oisek. So Vladman is going to receive the free win. Annan versus Micros X is going to be a draw for both because neither of them have showed up. And right now, there's one last thing to decide for Group C, which is whether 6 or 7, or Oisia, will make it to the second group stage. Uh, we have one last match today, and that is Desert facing Victor Star. Not a particularly exciting matchup, but oh god. Right. Victor Star picks Helios. We're going to have a Cougar versus AMW matchup, which should be bizarre, but interesting nonetheless. AMW is not the car I imagined seeing when I first announced this tournament, but in the hands of Victor Star against someone like Deza, it's still too powerful of a pick. in my opinion. Either way, the gap 40 meters, not at all decided just yet. Desert has the better car here, so he could still catch up by raw car pace, I suppose. But Victor Star just seems to be pulling away in literally every aspect. Except maybe the straights. We're heading into the second lap. Victor Star seems to have quadrupled the gap between him and Deza in the span of 10 seconds. Victor Star, no pressure whatsoever. It just seems to be just in his element, even with the car as horrible as AMW. Oh, as I said, it makes mistakes. How dare you make a mistake? And the gap has doubled since I last checked. As we head into the final lap, Victor Star casually having a Sunday drive on a Saturday. Though, considering they live in an area where time is much further ahead than UTC, so who knows, it might be a very early Sunday for them. Either way, he makes his way down the final corners and wins the first race fairly handily. Meanwhile, there's just crashing into pillows and whatnot, which is fine. You're only human. Sliding into the walls, just like how I slide into people's DMs. Ha ha ha! Right, Museum 1. Once again, this is the final match of the day. As there are no more scheduled matches that are possible. There's only one more match after this that is scheduled to take place, which is 607 facing Wojciech. Since the latter isn't available and is offline, unreachable, 607 is going to take the free win. And Wojciech is going to drop out of third place. Well, actually, they already were fourth place before all the match happened. So 607 doesn't even have to turn up for their match, and they are already guaranteed to make it to the second group stage because of that one extra point of map differential between the two. Six or seven can count his lucky stars that he won that one race against Vladimir on this racing track. Meanwhile, in the race, the gap not nearly as big as it was the last time around. 'Cause usually by now it would be like 300 meters between the two, but this time it's only 100. Um, Victor Star makes his way towards his final lap. Wall banging the corners as you should, unless you're driving camera or something. Going a bit wide there. Makes his way up the ramp. Slowing down a little bit, down that section. Jumps down the right line for the dinosaur. Wall bangs his way through that corner, through the U-turn. Once again, wall banging. The two do not even meet. Oh, they do, just barely. Making his way past the fossil towards the tables through the chicane. Seems to have messed up. Across the ramp he goes, down the ramp, and across the line. To Victor Star. He just needs to win one more map to close it out. Now the molten cavities. Let's see how AMW fares on this one. They're struggling with that section still. But in the past, Des would usually fall into the lava a couple of times before making it past this section. Victor Star making his way up the hill. Des are not too far behind him. 60 to 70 meters. But this is the part where things can very well change. As they make their way through the crystals, you do not want to crash to any of them. Crashes will Desert take that advice to heart, or will he just crash into one of them? And we have our answer. He crashed into one of them. And just like that, Victor Star has doubled the lead over Desert, roughly. There's almost gone to what it ever didn't. And this time didn't fall down the bridge either. It's really learning the lesson the last time they were at Molten Caverns. Victor Star struggling just a tiny bit as the bumpiness nor the surface type favoring MW. But still, pulling away from Desert through sheer skill and pace, and no mistake. Meanwhile, Desert is only just going uphill towards the big jump. Victor Star already making his way past the crystals towards the water section. Through the bridge, losing a bit of speed there. Towards the final bend, making his way towards the final lap. past the first bridge and down the spiral. Past the lava pumps. Meanwhile, Deza is still yet to complete their third lap. Victor start past the lava jump, making their way towards the tunnels. While Deza, falling off into the lava. I'm not sure how many times he's done that so far this race, but certainly a lot more than Victor Star ever did. In fact, it is impossible for Victor Star to fall into the lava now, because he's just made it past it for the last time. But he can still fall into the water though. Making his way for the bridge through the final corners, towards the final bend. Across the line, and a 3-0. A 3-0 shutout. A very effortless win by Victor Star. Is that Alex?
I'm back.
My voice is non-existent, as you can tell.
Yep. Sorry about that, what there was like could do.
That's fine, we've wrapped things up anyway.
Was that the last one?
Yep.
Came just in time to miss like everything.
Right. I'll have to go.
Alright. Have you updated the group stage 2 yet?
I'm about to. Right, I'm gonna have to hang up for now. If you could just talk about who made it to the second group stage. Basically the top 3 of each group.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay. Thanks again.
No problem. Alright, Group A we have Alex, which is me, Lagerok, and Zino. Group B we have Sipper, Urv, and Shara. Group C we have Chicho, Vladman, and 607. And Group D we have Victor Star, Andor, Floxit. I think overall, let's see if the second group stage updated. No. I guess we'll do that tomorrow. But as far as predictions go, I think Victor Star and Under are pretty much locks to get through the second group stage. And Chicho is probably also gonna go through, so is Vladman. I'm gonna Zipper, and I'm gonna pick myself. These are probably the people I expect to go through, maybe Lagera. Sino is really an oddball in there. I think he's like really lucky to have made it through. Just on the verge of like, despite not being there, he's made it. Because Mr. Ferber was like just as much not there. And Sino has a single win. because he was there for his match against Tourism, which Furbo was not. Overall, than that, we have Shara, which is fantastic with like oddball cars, but compared to like other people with Toyeka, I think Shara's lagging a bit behind compared to like the top tier. Shara's still very good, but not as good as like let's say a Chicho or an Under. Then there's Orf, who is really good with Hummer, just like Shara, but also like good with Toyeka, but like still a tier below the top. 6 or 7 is like, I think, a tier below those two, but like still good. I think like he has like all of Shara and 6 or 7 have, and Floxit have like a very outside chance to still make it through to the playoffs. Because I think the top 4 out of 6 of each group may make it through, so that's 8 people. So there's still a realistic chance for them to go through. Safest picks would obviously be like the top 2 of each group. Although I don't know how that works with like how they're seated inside the second group stage. Anyway, I think I'm just rambling on now. So tune in tomorrow. The second group stage will begin. It will be very exciting. I think a lot more exciting than the first one, especially like Group C, which had 4 matches played out of many. So yeah, I think like that'll also be it for me. Sorry that I like missed a lot of it, but you know, had to leave due to an emergency. So that's something that happened. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow.